Let's double check. All right. Check 1 2 1 2. Go ahead, talk, Micah. Check 1 2 1 2.
Mic check, mic check.
Go ahead, talk, Micah.
Mic check, mic check. All right, let me go here and listen to it. That's crazy that the blankets actually are working.
Yeah, not gonna lie, it's not as good as I originally thought, but it does work. It means better. Salute, salute, salute. YouTube family. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. I don't know if anyone has carried over as far as the followers. I don't think so. I think this channel has really been based on kind of relationship and kind of anything type of issues. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if the boxing stuff has carried over, but we talking boxing, you know what I'm saying? If you don't know, my dude Mike out here and Marco Darko, aka Melanite Sports Boxing and UFC analysts. We are. And we're going to be talking about a couple topics today. Uh, the first topic is Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez. This is a fantasy fight, and I say that because of the Terence Crawford started at 135, lightweight, right? And uh, he's going up all the way to 168. Uh, uh, you know what I'm saying? 168. That's a huge. Now, of course, obviously, he's not at 135 right now. He's at he's at 154, right? But he would be going up. He's going to skip middleweight and he's going to go all the way to, um, I think was that super middleweight, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
168.
yeah, super middleweight. And so he's going up three weight. He's going up from 154. So he's 160 to 168. So two weight classes where he's currently fighting right now. He just had a fight at 154, Madrimov.
Wow.
Um, and but he he was campaigning at 147 for years. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, the Spence fight was at 147. So we're gonna get him at a 168. Now, my question to you, Michael, what do you think happens in this fight?
With Canelo, dude, I don't see. I think obviously the size is a factor, but as far as boxing, I don't see Canelo. We just haven't seen anybody be able to land shots on Bud like that. Like
Yeah,
like nobody, or at least not in a way that it affects her. I don't know. I don't think
um,
that Canelo's going to be able to land his power. If he if
yeah,
he if he boxes in this fight, but the thing is, like Bud is smart, so he's not just gonna like go after him. He's gonna set him up.
right, right. I think
So you know,
if Bud is gonna fight how we think he's gonna fight, in which I mean Bud is a boxer. You know, if people don't know that, yeah, you might have seen him in his last couple fights knock dudes out, but he's a boxer. He's a pure boxer. He just has power. You know what I'm saying? He has a lot of power, and you know, dudes get it, and his angles are so good, so that you see him stopping dudes. But he's a pure boxer, and so I think it's gonna make Canelo work. He's gonna make him and okay. I'll put it to you like this: my only concern is the weight. My only concern is
yeah,
the weight. I don't know. We don't know how Bud is going to carry the weight all the way up to 168. We don't know yet. We don't know. But as far as boxing and skills, I don't. There's not a thing that Canelo does better than Bud. I can't think of a single thing that
yeah,
that that Canelo
yeah.
does better. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Canelo can hit
And
hard.
also, there's the reach advantage as
Reaching
well.
74-inch arm reach for Bud. I mean, Bud is the bigger dude. I mean, as far as like physically, I mean, obviously Canelo has been at 168 for a lot longer. He's been the heavier guy, but Bud is the physically bigger dude. He's longer and he's taller. So he's gonna have the advantage there. I think honestly the only thing that Bud would need to worry about is obviously the power, but as long as he stays out of range, he'll be fine. And I just think he just needs to get comfortable at a bigger weight because again, that fighting at your walk around weight is different from fighting at your fight weight. You know what I'm saying? You're lighter. You know what I'm
Here's what I'll
saying?
say though: is we don't know how much weight Canelo has to cut. I don't think Canelo has to cut that much weight. And honestly, they may be similar, very similar sized guys.
Fair. Yeah, I mean, you could say that, right? Because
I mean, because Canelo fought lighter as well.
right, he did. Yeah, I think Canelo fought. I know for sure he fought at 154. I don't know if he got down to 147. To be honest with you,
What did he
um,
fight Floyd at?
he fought Floyd at 152. It was a catch weight.
Okay,
152.
because Floyd got him as low as possible.
Right. Yeah. Right. So and he also had they had a rehydration clause, so he couldn't rehydrate to a certain amount. I don't remember what. Um, you know what I'm saying? So the weight is gonna matter. But I think as long as Bud is comfortable, I think as long as Bud knows what it's going to feel like to box a 12-round fight at that certain weight, he's golden. He's golden. I think. Obviously, he can't let Canelo land any of those power punches. He can't stand in front of Canelo, which I've never seen him do. Only time I've seen him do that is against like David Avanesian, which is a guy that he walked right through. He stopped him in the 6th round. But I think he's going to know what strengths Canelo has, and he's going to be smart about it. And I think he's going to be able to figure it out and say, "Hey, box this guy." Bo Mack, his trainer, is going to be like, "Box this guy. Don't stand in front of him." I don't think I've seen Bud really fight super stupid like or even emotional before. You know what I'm saying? So
Well, yeah, I mean, crap. What was that? Oh, I mean, one thing we do have to look at as well is that Canelo. I feel like he learned a lot from the Floyd fight, and also I think this fight is a testament to maybe something is changing in boxing. You know, where like a guy does not have to be undefeated for it to be a big fight and a good fight. And we because I only heard Bud talk about this fight maybe last year.
yeah,
Like last year, kind of. Was it last year? It may have
2024.
actually been. It may have actually been after that. May have been. Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
shoot, it is 25. Uh,
What you mean
uh
after that? What you mean by that?
honestly, I think no. I'm thinking. It may have been. Because I was thinking
2023.
it's still 20. Yeah, I was thinking it's still 2024.
He started
Um.
talking about Canelo not right after, but after the Spence fight. People were like, okay, what's next? And people were saying, okay, like how far would you go? Because now you've been undisputed in 2 weight classes. Would you fight Charlo, or would you try to go? Well, okay, so basically how this thing started was Canelo was supposed to fight Spence. That's what the PBC wanted. That's what if obviously that's what everyone wanted as far as like the boxing execs because it was an easy fight to make. They could pay Spence not whatever, but they could pay Spence a good handsome amount of money, and I don't think $10 to $15 million. I don't think he would complain about that. It was really Bud complaining about the money, for the Spence fight. So they wanted Spence to fight Canelo, but obviously Spence took he said, "Nah, I'm gonna listen to the fans. He's gonna give the fans what everyone wants," and he gave us the Bud fight. Obviously, he lost in that fight, so then the attention came to Bud. Okay, but at first he was saying, "No, I'm way too small," but then a week later, 2 weeks, month later, he's like, "Okay, you know what? No, let's make the fight at 168. Let's do it." And here we are. You know what I'm saying? Here we are. And
Hmm.
so, I'm if this thing does go down, and if Bud, listen, bro, do you don't I don't think you people realize what Bud winning means. Okay, this would mean that he would have been undisputed in 3 weight classes now. 3 weight
That
classes.
is
Now,
wild.
he is the first one to ever do it in history to do 2. Then came
Hmm.
um in a way, and then came Usyk. But
I
if
mean,
he
that
were to
is
beat,
really wild, bro.
it's what, bro? It's 4
Because
belts.
even if you do that in MMA, it's yeah. Even if you do that
Yeah,
in MMA, it's one belt.
it's 1 belt. It's
Even if you
one
and people are like, they do like double. There's been double champs. There's never been triple champs. So
triple. Right. That
so
this
wait,
is
his
crazy. Crazy.
Canelo is
I
no
believe he's
Canelo
still
is
undisputed.
undisputed at 168. Is he?
Right.
Let me look at it
Yeah.
real
I
fast.
believe
I'll look at it.
he might have. I don't think he's been stripped yet, but I'm pretty sure he's still undisputed at 168. You know what I'm saying?
Box rec.
If you're in the if you're in the if you're in the chat, go ahead and like the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed. We really appreciate it. We're gonna be back here
I see it.
very frequently. You know, what I'm saying consistently. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he's still 168 undisputed champion. I don't think he's been stripped yet. Um,
Yeah.
the WBC has been threatening for him to fight his mandatory for years. They're not enforcing it, so
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
pretty
Okay.
sure
Okay.
he's still undisputed. So
Super
that would
middle.
mean is he still
It
undisputed?
does not say. He's not even listed under the IBF.
The IBF might have stripped him.
Number
I
one says not rated, so you're right. You may be right.
well,
Well, actually, it says William Skull.
I don't know who that is. Not
Yeah, bro.
sure.
There's a lot of no name dudes on.
Yeah, I mean, no name
You
dudes at
know, man.
168 in general. To be honest with you,
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. No, but yeah, he does have WA, WBC, WBC, and WBO though.
okay,
Um,
so
I think
IBF might have
Caleb
stripped
Plant
him.
is a WBA
The
interim.
IBF might have stripped
Interesting.
him because the IBF is one of the sanctioned bodies that actually enforce the mandatories.
Okay, here's what I want to hear from you: is looking at the rankings right now though. Caleb Plant is the WBA interim champion,
Hmm. Hmm.
so he would probably be. I mean, it's boxing, so he
Hmm.
should fight Canelo next.
Well,
But
that's that.
he
Remember
may not.
yeah, I doubt it because remember now that's only just 1 belt. There's 3 other belts that he has to have mandatories
That's
for.
true.
You know what
That's
I'm saying?
true. That's
So
true. That's
who
true.
knows what? But I mean, who did he just fight? Berlanga. Berlanga wasn't fighting at 168. He pulled him up. He pulled him up from like one. I think he's 160. Well, he might even be
So,
no, yeah, he's 160. So he's pulling up dudes from smaller weight classes, and he's fighting them. He's not fighting his mandatories. That's just not what he's
but
doing.
why? Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. I don't understand why you're fighting. Sorry, I don't understand why you're fighting lesser opponents.
Bro, it's
I mean, it's
listen.
just like you say, bro. Like they don't really fight the best. Like the best
Yeah,
don't really fight
man.
the best in
Yeah,
boxing.
and again, I now obviously as a fan of the sport, obviously I want to see it. But when you look at what happens when you do fight the best and you come up short, I don't blame these boxers for not wanting to fight the best. Look at what Devin. Look what happened to Devin. Devin went out there,
Mm.
tried to give the people what they wanted, right? Gets cheated, loses, and people still hating on him. Look at Spence.
They overturned that.
Yeah. So technically, he doesn't have a loss. He has a no contest. But
Okay.
I mean, I'm happy for that. But look at Spence. Spence went out there and fought the absolute a beast, the pound for pound number one fighter.
Mm.
Donatello says Canelo wins at any weight. He is just a better overall fighter. Period. Okay, so explain how is he the overall better fighter when he's
But better
lost
than who
before?
though?
Then Canelo. He says he's better than Bud. Explain how
Everybody
he
at
Canelo.
every weight. Okay,
Yeah, he
I
says that
see what he's saying.
definitely not. That's 100% false. But I want him to explain himself. How is Canelo better overall better fighter? List the attributes because we can list what Canelo is good at. I can list what Bud is good at. I can list their weaknesses. I could definitely list Canelo's weaknesses. But I want to know your reasoning behind this. But what I was saying was Spence went out there and fought the pound for pound number one fighter in the world. Like not in the division, in the world. He was at pound. Bud
Hmm.
has been on the pound for pound list either from 1 to to 4, like that rankings for like 8 years now, like consistently. So for now, of course, obviously the shock factor is the way that Spence lost. Better resume,
Mm-hmm.
better defense, better chin, more experience, better offense, way higher IQ. Okay, that's false. Better resume. He's fought more known people. He's been around longer. Better defense. That's false. He does not have better defense than Bud, in my personal opinion. Better chin. You could say that. What we don't know yet. You know what I'm saying? So this guy says Bud's not even top pound for pound. 5 pound for pound. Okay, so you're trolling now. Okay, so he's obviously trolling. No. Canelo has a glaring weakness. He avoids fighters that can move. He has very slow feet. They're educated, but they're slow. Canelo has been outboxed. Twice. You've never seen that from Bud. Every single round in the Floyd fight, he lost. Every single round. At least he might have won maybe 1 to 2 rounds with Bivol, but for the most part, he lost every single round with Bivol. We have never seen that with Bud. Bud has never been dominated. Okay, so he has glaring weaknesses. And Lara beat him, bro. I don't know what this guy's talking about. Listen, Lara definitely beat Canelo. I don't, Micah, you got to watch that fight. Lara beat Canelo. That is one of the. That's a full on robbery. You know what I'm saying? American narrative. What are you talking? Watch the fight. No, Canelo did not whoop Lara. Bro. For half of the fight, he could not touch Lara. He could not touch him, right? And actually, for the whole fight, he couldn't touch him. He was landing some devastating body shots in the later rounds. Yeah. No. It's the other way around, Donatello. It's the other way around. Canelo lost, and Lara won 8-4, in my personal humble opinion, and a lot of people agree with it. Saunders did his thing with Canelo, but Canelo caught him. He timed him. Saunders kept ducking to the right, and Canelo timed it and broke his orbital bone. You know what I'm saying? Plant was doing good until he gassed out. Same thing he did against.
That's what I was. That's why I was asking about Plant.
Yeah. Plant was doing good but he gassed out. That style of fighting is very tough. So if you know your guy's gonna gas out, you can just wait it out and get him at the end. You can do that, and that's what he did.
It's also good too. Like I was saying, like how he learned from the Floyd fight. It's probably very exhausting fighting him because he can cut off the ring.
Who? Oh yeah. That's right.
Canelo.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's right. No, he knows how to cut off the ring. But if you have faster feet than him, so look, right? If Plant had better cardio, he wouldn't have lost that fight.
Yeah.
Right?
See, that's what people were talking about when they talk about discipline. So, if he would have had better discipline for that fight.
Question: when Canelo stops Bud, what does that do for Canelo's legacy? I mean, it's a great win. You know what I'm saying? If he does win, it's a great win. But at the end of the day, it'd still be Canelo pulling up a smaller guy. You know what I'm saying? Now, look, I mean, at the end right now, like, don't get me wrong. I'm going to give Canelo props if he does win, right? But no. He's saying that Canelo would have broken. No.
I'm reading it.
Yeah. No. I highly disagree with that. If you watch the Plant fight, if you watch. What excuse?
What are the excuses?
No, go ahead, Micah.
Canelo, I don't think that's an. I mean, Canelo does do that though. That's the thing. But also, you do have to look and give him credit for going up. So while he does pull up,
right.
He goes up as well.
Well, here's the thing about it, right? You go up and okay. So here's the difference, right? All right. No, I'm glad you said that. Canelo goes up and fights the weakest links versus Bud going up there and fighting the absolute top. Not saying that now, not in every fight, right? Because he eventually fought Plant. He eventually fought
Oh yeah. Oh, you mean up from what? Up from middleweight?
when he moved up from middleweight to
Yeah,
super
yeah, yeah,
middleweight.
yeah. Okay, I understand.
He didn't jump right in the deep end, right? And whether that's smart or not, okay, I'm not there to say what's best for his career, but what I'm saying about the dog mentality, you know what I'm saying? The dog mentality. He's going up there. Bud is going up there to fight the best, the undisputed champion, right? So he's
Bro,
saying Bud is just clout chasing and begging Canelo to KO
we
him
have
for
to go.
retirement check.
We're just gonna have to go M for M, bro. Hold on. Terence Crawford. I can't spell. Terence Crawford record. There it is. We're just gonna have to go M for M, you know.
If you
And then
go
I have to
based,
pull up.
if you go based
I have
on
to,
names, Canelo's going to win because he has bigger names on his resume. He's been around longer, but also you got to look at when he fought these dudes. He fought Miguel Cotto at the end of his career. He fought, um, uh, Austin Trout. Great, great win. Who else has he fought? I think he fought Zab. Did he fight Zab Judah? I don't know if he fought Zab Judah. I don't think he fought Zab Judah.
Well, I mean, he fought Triple G. What for the third time?
Yeah, I mean, what Canelo did unifying 3 to 4 belts is way great. No, false, cap,
Earl
complete
Spence
cap,
Jr.
complete cap.
Damn.
Tell
Okay.
which Donatello, which pound for pound fighters did Canelo beat? Please tell me this.
Sean Porter. Okay. Let's
He
go.
beat Laura. He beat Dan Jacobs. Okay, cool.
Danny Jacobs. I mean,
They're not bad wins. I'm not saying. See,
I mean,
he's saying.
yeah. I mean, they're not. They're not. I mean, Danny Jacobs is a good win, but
Yeah.
I mean, that was a good fight. He did well in that fight. He had good head movement, whatnot. Uh, I mean, damn. Why doesn't? Dang. What's Canelo's like
Full name?
name again?
Canelo
Saul?
Alvarez. Mm.
No. Yeah, Saul. That's his
Yeah.
name. You would never have guessed it, bro. Saul. Yeah, but Saul
Canelo.
Canelo.
Anyways, this guy's trying to say that
I'm
Bud's
sorry. Go ahead.
resume is trash. We've been hearing this for years now, and you can say that, but he keeps winning. So, and Canelo's been dominated twice, and has 2 controversial wins. Let's not forget this. Canelo is not the best. He's been outclassed twice, arguably 3 times. Has a draw from a dude that had like 20 losses. That's his first draw, and then has a draw from Triple G. Bud doesn't have that. You've never seen Bud outclassed ever. No. Canelo doesn't take tough fights. That's actually contrary, because if he did, he would have fought Benavidez. Benavidez has been his mandatory for years. He still hasn't fought him. So I don't want to hear about he's actually taking tough fights. That's false. That's a narrative. That's a narrative that these people want to try to push out. All right. And no matter what way you look at it, Bud is a smaller guy. You got to give props to Bud versus Canelo. Canelo's going, or Bud's going up in weight. Bro, okay, this guy is saying he's a bum because he's fighting the dudes he's fighting the top dudes in his division.
So
that's the division.
Yeah, I mean,
and that
we
was
can't
almost
make
10
we
years.
can't see this is what they're trying to do in MMA now. Like we can't make the standard. Like, yeah, we have to look at stylistically, like who has the best, record. We can't look at because he doesn't fight enough dudes outside of his weight class.
Yeah,
that makes him better
look,
or worse. I don't think
that's not how it works. That's literally not how it
yeah.
works. That's like crazy. You know what I'm saying? You got Canelo, he goes up in weight, right? He strategically grabs the WBC belt from Benavidez when he got stripped, right? Doesn't fight him for it. Then gets mad when they don't want to see. Now people don't really know this stuff, right? He was going to fight, what was the guy's name? Yildirim
Mhm.
for the vacant WBC. Oh no, he did fight Yildirim for the WBC fight. But they wanted to actually make the fight against Benavidez, right? But basically he
Mhm.
said no, I don't want to do it, and he pushed for Yildirim. Yildirim is an old sparring partner of Canelo, right? And 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 basically the PBC didn't want to pay for it because they're like, yo, we're not going to pay for a fight that no one's going to watch. And that fight did awful. Stopped him in the third round. No one watched the fight. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
no, first of all, Donatello, he didn't lose he lost the belt at first for missing weight. Then he became champion again. He lost the belt for doing extracurricular activities. Um, I'm not gonna put it out there. Yildirim was not a mandatory. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. You know what I'm saying? No, he should have been fought Benavidez. Stop it, guys. Stop it, dude. He should have been fought Benavidez if he was really about that life, but he's not. He's not. Let's stop doing this. Let's stop doing this. Canelo is not about that life for real. You know what I'm saying? He's
Mhm.
been. It's just. It is what it is. It's strategic. It's strategic. I'm not here to tell him he's wrong for doing that, but as a fan of boxing, I want to see him against the best in his division, right? Right. I want to see him the best against the division. So he said no. He tested. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, he lost the belt twice, hence why he was a two-time champion. Okay. But in that midst of
Yeah.
it, in the
Yeah,
midst
you're
of it,
right, Mark. Sorry. I mean, I looked it up and it said Canelo Alvarez wasn't ordered to fight Avni
Yildirim.
Yildirim.
Yeah, no,
So yeah,
that's yeah. So we caught you in a lie already. You've been lying.
it's not a lie. It's not a lie. I
Been a
think that
lie,
he just
bruh.
is
He don't
mistaken. It's not a
he don't
lie.
he don't know
Yo,
what he's talking
chill.
about. He don't know what he's
Not
talking
a,
about.
like he was just mistaken.
He
Okay.
don't know what he's talking about. That's on Benavidez for getting stripped.
Okay.
Listen,
Oh
he's
shit.
keep on saying we can't put on Benavidez. Benavidez been wanting to fight, and if you're gonna say that, then okay, who did Canelo just fight? If he could fight Berlanga, who
What's
was
his
a
name?
smaller dude,
Yeah,
why why,
Berlanga.
why can't he fight Benavidez? He doesn't have a belt, and everyone wants to see it. So again, oh my God! Now this guy's talking about Yildirim was robbed against Durrell and was a. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Bud almost lost to 11-0 Madrimov. He didn't almost lose to Madrimov. It wasn't even a close fight. Madrimov had his moments, sure, but he didn't almost lose to Madrimov. What are you talking about? What are we? What is this guy talking about? He didn't almost lose to Madrimov, and Madrimov is a completely different stylistic fighter than Canelo. Completely different fighter. So I don't know I don't know. So now this guy's saying that Yildirim was awarded a mandatory. What do you mean awarded? Okay, so these guys don't know what they're talking about. So let's move on. Let's move on. They don't. Anyway, like and subscribe for more content, guys. Like the video if you're not subscribed. Subscribed. Uh, Happy M says Bud got his ass. Okay, all right. These guys are trolling. He's straight trolling, bro. Yeah, they're funny. These guys are funny, bro. He's straight up. But yeah, man. Anyways, I think, like I said, I'm only worried about the weight. I think as long as Bud is comfortable in the weight, I think personally he should come up. I think he should be about 160 in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't really make sense for him to go and gain all that weight, go fight at like 170.
Well,
You
I
know what I'm
it
saying?
doesn't. Well, how much does he cut a lot of weight already?
Bro, he stays in the gym. He stays. He's a gym
Yeah,
rat,
that's true. He did say that. I did. I
right?
heard him say that
And
he stays
so
in the gym.
it doesn't seem like he has a hard time really cutting a lot of. It doesn't seem like he cuts a
Bro,
lot of weight.
what even is your like? your like what's your opinion on that, on gaining muscle and boxing? Because if you look at like what Max Holloway did, Max Holloway, like when he moved up the first couple of times to fight, he fought Dustin Poirier at lightweight, and he didn't prepare correctly. He didn't put on enough muscle.
Mhm.
But when he did, he ended up knocking out Justin Gaethje. So I mean, but I've always heard that in boxing you should not put on muscle. Like I've heard that in
I think
boxing it makes you slow.
right. That's mostly what people are saying, and I think it really depends on your body type, man. He said, "Hey, Bud is a good fighter, and I do think it would be an exciting fight. I just don't see Bud." And if that's what you think, that's your opinion. I don't have anything wrong with that. But to say that he almost lost to Madrimov, that's false. He didn't almost lose to Madrimov. He didn't almost lose. Madrimov had his moments. He did way better than people would have thought for sure. 100%, I agree. But he didn't almost lose. He didn't almost lose to Madrimov. That's my only problem with what you're saying. He didn't almost lose to Madrimov. He beat Madrimov cleanly. Clean win. Not no, what I'm saying, on the fence win. No, it was a clean win. Um, what I'm saying? But I mean, if you think Canelo's gonna win, that's your opinion. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's boxing at the end of the day, anything can happen. I personally think that Bud's gonna whip on him. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's a single thing that Canelo can do better than Bud. You know what I'm saying? His only
In my
advantage is that
opinion.
he's been fighting at 168, so he's more comfortable at this weight. That's his only thing. Anyways,
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean,
yeah, I understand.
yeah, but the thing is, yeah, a lot of boxers, a lot of coaches, they don't like their fighters to put on a bunch of muscle because they saying it slows you down. Um,
I mean, I think that yeah, if you put on a bunch, it does slow you down. But I think that if you put on some, I can understand where cardio is a factor.
so
I can understand where cardio is a concern, but
he says you have to admit a lot of people saw that fight as a close fight, and you did have to admit that Madrimov really did hurt Bud in his. I don't think he hurt Bud. I don't think he hurt Bud. He definitely did mark him up for sure. Madrimov did good against the pound for pound number one fighter. Yeah, he did good. He did better than I just said that he did way better than people would have thought for sure. I agree with you there. I don't think it was a close fight. Round by round, listen, it wasn't a close
when
fight. It wasn't a close fight. It's the fact that you see Bud be so dominant most of the time. So when you see a fighter that actually has success, it's like, oh shoot, he's losing. No, no. That's just like if John Jones were if John Jones, I'm trying to give an example. I haven't seen some of the biggest John Jones fights, so maybe he's not the best example, but that's like with Devin and Loma. Devin and Loma was they had
this is a
close
casual channel.
close
Anyway,
rounds. Yeah, well, okay,
I'm
let's go
schooling
to
you from the
Donatello.
chat. Wait. Hold on. No, no, hold on.
All right.
Quiet. Hold on. Because when Canelo wins, you're already saying that it's not due to size, bro. First of all, I will. Here's what I'll say about Canelo. If Canelo loses, it's not going to be because he's smaller. So that's what I mean. That's what I'm going to say because he's not. He is bringing up he is fighting a smaller guy. So you can't ignore that. That's a factor. I mean, it's just reality.
So let
No
me
one's
read what he
saying that.
says.
Yeah, but no, but he's basically saying that you're making a double standard. He's saying that you're making a double standard for Canelo. But
So
I'm just like, no,
Mhm.
you're just looking at the skill. Like Bud has better footwork. Bud has a reach advantage. Yeah, he's smaller, but he has a reach advantage. He's going to be able to keep Canelo at distance. He has better movement than Canelo. I mean, he's just a better boxer. He's a better boxer than Canelo. Canelo has a certain style that he's very good at, but I think stylistically, Bud is better. It's just it's not even a only thing Bud has better is footwork. That's just
If that's
I
your opinion,
mean
that's your
Mark,
opinion.
you're the boxing
No, no,
analyst. So
Bud has better footwork. He's more precise. He has the bigger advantage or the bigger
reach.
and he's a better pure boxer than Canelo. He's a better pure boxer. He has better reflexes. He's the faster guy. Again, Happy M says this is gonna be Bud different Bud at 168 for sure. And that's what I'm talking about. That's why I'm worried. I'm a bit worried about the weight. That's a bit worried about the weight. So it
In
sounds like you
what
think
way? But I don't. But you're not saying like what is Canelo better at that makes him a better boxer?
sounds like you think that if you fight the slick American style, that makes you better. Okay, so please explain to us what Micah just said. What makes him the better boxer? Donatello, explain to me that you didn't give us attributes. You said he has bet. He has. He only. You said Bud
Canelo
only
has
has.
speed in his hands. Okay, but you need to be able to move your feet as well.
Yeah,
But has speed in his hands and in
you're
his feet.
chasing guys. We've seen him chase dudes that he couldn't catch up to.
Ryan Garcia is the same way. Ryan Garcia he has fast hands, but he has slow feet.
Yeah, and we saw we listen. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Better chin, better defense.
He does
I
not have
mean,
better defense. He does not have better defense than Bud. And Bud's
I
offense
mean,
is
but
better.
I feel like a lot of people say that because he has good head movement.
Yeah, he does
But I
have. He
mean,
has. That's good head movement.
I feel like that's it. But that's it, the style though as well. That's the
Yeah, yeah.
Mexican style.
Right,
Is
right.
the is yeah.
Especially because his footwork is so slow that he has to have a good head movement. You know what I'm saying? Or he's gonna get peppered the whole time. He's a Happy M says even if he has better footwork at 160, he will be slower. Now again, Happy M, we don't know if Happy M he could come in at 160. He doesn't have to come in at 168. Remember now, that's just the limit. And I don't think it'll be smart for him to come in at 168. Personally, for me,
Yeah.
I think it'll be best he comes in wherever he is comfortable at, wherever he feels his most optimal, where he's not depleted. He doesn't
Yeah.
have to, where he's just comfortable. If he comes in at a weight that he's used to, if he prepares from now, sparring dudes way heavier and sparring at a higher weight, or just adjusting, I think he'll be fine. I think the weight will not be such a factor. Canelo said is one of the best counter punches. If Canelo can hurt a lightweight boxer, you don't think he can, bro? We maybe you didn't watch the whole thing. Canelo or Bud has to watch out for the power punches. He can't let Canelo plant. He can't let Canelo plant his feet and stand in front of him. Watch the Floyd fight. That's all I can say. If you get a boxer, if Floyd had power, crazy power, he would have stopped Canelo in the 6th, 7th round. Floyd isn't Bud. Bud isn't Floyd. Bud has power in both hands. He could stop him. That's not my prediction, but he could stop him. He says footwork isn't just boxing off back foot only on the outside. It also is cutting off the ring. Yes, bro, we know that. Are you understanding that styles make fights, and styles it's a different style? You're not gonna a boxer that just stands in front of you and wants to just what's the word? Just slug with you isn't gonna beat a smart, calculated boxer, pure boxer. That's not gonna happen. It's very rare for that to happen, right? Bud says Bud is Happy M. Come on now. He says Bud is easy food for Floyd.
for Floyd.
Easy
I
food?
mean,
Easy
in
food?
his prime, he's
Easy
saying
food?
he's for
Easy
Floyd
though?
Floyd.
But easy. I think that Floyd beats Bud, but easy?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. I
No,
would
that's
definitely say he wins.
I think he wins for sure. But easy though, that's crazy.
It's
No
like
one's
it's like Floyd. I would say Floyd wins that fight 7 out of 10 times.
if it
That's
were to
it.
go to if it were to go to the scorecard, I think it would go 8-4. I think it would go 8-4 in Floyd's favor.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think he would win. Yeah, I think you'd win 8 rounds out of four. Out
Yeah,
of
I mean
12.
that's a much better way to say. You could just literally say that.
Yeah, yeah.
The
He,
rounds. Yeah, I
he
don't know,
said,
bro. I
he said,
watched
yeah, Bud's
MMA.
gonna stop
Uh,
Iron Chin Canelo, who's got one of the greatest chins ever. Wow, he's never been. He has. Yeah, he could stop him. He could stop, bro. Bud has power, man. How many times do we have to? Do people have to question this? He has power. Bud has power, and he has
yeah.
angles.
I mean, it's just not. Yeah, he has power. It's just not like the like explosive like Deontay Wilder.
Right. It's not like that.
You
It's
know,
not one punch knockout power. No, but it's
he'll hurt you. He'll
he'll
hurt
hurt
you.
you.
And the thing, he's very good at landing, though. That's the thing. So
So if Bud does
yeah,
lose to Floyd, then listen, Happy M. Floyd beat Canelo every round. Even if Floyd can beat Bud, Bud only needs to be a bit better than only needs to be a bit, you know, he's only a certain level lower than Floyd. So if Floyd beat him every single round, he would only really
yeah.
need to he only needs to win 7 rounds. Now, of course, he might get robbed on the scorecards, but you know what I'm saying? That's not a good argument. That's not a good argument. That's not a good argument, Happy M.
Canelo's chin is one of the greatest in history. I mean,
Yeah, it's a
sure, you can
chin.
make that. You can make that argument, but I mean, everybody's chin and goes eventually. I mean, Chuck Liddell was, known for going into war having a crazy good chin. Um, I mean, yeah, Chuck. Sorry, I got a text. Yeah, Chuck Liddell was known for going into war having a crazy good chin. I mean, I thought no one was ever gonna touch Max Holloway. Was ever gonna stop Max,
Right.
and
All it takes is that
Max
one
got
guy.
stopped.
All
Yeah,
it takes is
yeah,
that
Max
one
got stopped.
dude.
I'm still recovering, bro. Max got stopped the other day, but I
Yeah.
mean, bro, but who
It's
else?
boxing, man. It's
Uh
boxing. Anyone
Oh,
can.
Alistair Overeem is like one of the best examples. And if I'm talking about if I'm thinking about MMA, one of the best examples is Alistair Overeem. Like he would just get touched, like not even like he would get hit by shots that did not look like he should go out, and he would just get
Bro,
knocked out.
all right,
So,
hold on. Hold on
but
to that
it
thought.
goes eventually.
Hold on to that thought. I'm about to school Donatello. He says Canelo did get schooled by Floyd, but he was 23, a green youngster, also weight drained and weakened by Floyd by 152. Okay, this young narrative. Okay, he was 23. He had 40 plus fights. He had already been a champion. He had already beaten numerous champions. Okay, which is it? Is he green or did he deserve the fight? And Floyd was 36 years old, almost an old man in boxing. Where's the excuse there? Canelo, it didn't matter if he fought Canelo at 23 or 33. But or Floyd was going to school him. Didn't matter. If you watch that fight, and you go back and watch the Bivol fight, he only got better at selecting his opponents. That was the main
Yeah,
thing he got better at. That was the main takeaway. Don't fight certain fighters that have great footwork, fast. We went against Bivol and he got his ass whooped.
yeah. I'm sorry, but I mean, I'm looking at Happy End. I mean, I just think that Bud is actually just a better fighter than those guys.
Way better
Personally,
than Munguia and Berlanga.
yeah, I don't think that Bud is. I think that he's too smart to ever fight Canelo's fight at all.
Right.
And also, bro, what's going to be? Who's the A side for this fight? Is it Canelo? It's
Oh
got to
yeah,
be.
it's gotta guess Canelo.
So,
Canelo.
oof. I don't know, bro. They might have the small ring. Canelo might use that little
See,
ring.
this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. And this
Canelo,
he's gonna give him every advantage that's going to be possible. And this is where my issue comes in, where it's like, man, is the fight really worth it? Because again, Canelo has been doing this for years now, bringing up smaller dudes and fighting him in his fight. Now, but skill might overrun all of the advantages that they're going to try to get on him, right? Or I think it will, but this is things that he has to think of.
Yeah,
And
bro,
there's things
Donatello. I'm
that
not gonna lie. I do not want to see Canelo go against Better BF, bro. Canelo does not want to go against Better BF, dude.
Beterbiev will break his neck.
Yeah, Canelo. Yeah, I don't think that that's a good fight
Beterbiev
for
will
Canelo, to be
break
honest.
Canelo's neck in
Yeah,
half.
that I don't. I think that stylistically, that is a bad fight for Canelo. He's
Terrible
gonna get
fight.
hit. He's gonna get yeah. He's gonna get hit way
Terrible
too
fight.
much. He can't.
Terrible
He's
fight.
too big. He can't fight. He cannot fight. Uh, Canelo cannot fight Better BF like he fought Triple G.
No,
Like that
no,
can't
no, no. He
happen.
actually might die. He might
Yeah,
die
no,
if he
that
does knock out.
cannot.
I swear,
No,
like
that
yo,
he could not. He couldn't last. I don't.
Bivol
I think
survived
that
because of the
here.
skill.
Yeah, here's what I think, bro, is that Canelo is extremely tough, but I think that he will eventually that he's Better BF is just way too strong, bro. Better BF
He's
he's
too
just
strong.
big, bro.
He's too strong, man.
How many people has Better BF knocked out at this point?
Everyone,
It wasn't Bivol
Bivol is the
besides
only
Bivol.
person. He's the only one that he didn't knock out.
That's
And
insane,
that
dude.
that shows you the level of boxing Bivol has. Because Better
Yeah.
BF has fought some great boxers. Anthony Smith or Anthony Yard. Actually almost had him, but he broke him down. He couldn't sustain the cardio.
If Better BF couldn't, I know what you're saying. If he couldn't KO Bivol, then he couldn't KO Canelo. I don't know if that's true.
Why are people
Yeah, I don't
comparing
think
that?
that that's true. Yeah, but you have to look at the fact that like it's size. Canelo also didn't knock out Bivol.
Right.
Like, it's not like Canelo didn't never touched him, but Canelo also didn't knock out Bivol. So what you think that he's going to be able to do? What do you think that he's going to be able to do against Better BF if
Right.
he didn't knock out
I don't
Bivol?
think these, bro. I
He's
don't think
not he and Better BF's chin is Better BF is just built like a rock, dude. Better BF is built like a
I don't think
rock.
they realize. I don't really think they realize like how much bigger Better BF is. And
Better BF has been dropped,
yeah, it's
so
been dropped.
Canelo has
Okay,
a
but
chance. Yeah, but
he's also been
by who though?
exactly. That's what I'm saying. By
By
who?
who?
You can't just say, "Oh, because he's been dropped, Canelo's gonna drop him." You can't say that. Who did he get dropped by? What weight was it at? Because it was obviously at 175. Canelo he's a smaller guy. He's a smaller
Yeah,
dude.
he's smaller. I mean I commend him for
Yeah,
going up.
it's
But bro, I feel like the only reason he went up and fought Bivol was because Bivol was not really known for
it wasn't known.
flatlining
Wasn't known.
flatlining dudes like that.
Right.
I don't think
Well,
that better be if is a champ now. I don't think that
so he
Canelo's gonna
says.
be going back up there anytime soon.
So he says, when Canelo lost to Bivol, he lost to another pound for pound top 3 fighter in his fourth weight. That is completely false. Bivol was not on the pound for pound list when they
Canelo
fought.
can hang with the big boys. I mean, bro, Canelo's already in a big weight class for himself, dude. Like if we were talking about before, like he's a 154 pounder, like he's already in a big weight class for himself. Like I said before, the only reason he went up to fight Bivol was because Bivol was not known for
It was a cherry pick
knocking dudes cold.
It was a cherry pick that went wrong. That's what it was. It was a cherry pick that went wrong.
Yeah.
It was because I before the fight, me and my dude, we watched some Bivol highlights. I was like, he's good, but I think Canelo wins because Canelo, if he's picking you, he usually sees something in you that he can beat.
Mhm.
Right? It wasn't a mandatory. He was a bigger weight. Guy was in the bigger weight class. He went out of his way to fight Bivol. I said, you know what? Very likely he's gonna win. And what happened? Schooled Canelo. Almost every single round. I think I gave him 2 rounds in that fight. I think there are rounds that Bivol took off. Canelo brought more views, 175. That's how people know Bivol and Better BF. That's why we got that fight. But who cares about that?
Yeah. I mean, hey, I mean, power to. He's a name, dude.
We're not hating on. We're not hating on.
We're
Canelo.
not. We are not. Yeah, I'm not hating on Canelo. I actually like to watch Canelo fight, so
Yeah,
I'm not hating on Canelo.
I just want to see him fight
So
the
yeah,
best. I just want listen.
yeah, but I just
The
don't.
fight,
I just being honest. I just don't think
right.
he's gonna.
In all honesty, the fight shouldn't even be
He
happening
can.
with Bud right now. If we're being 100% honest, the fight should be Canelo versus Benavidez. That should be the fight that's actually taking place,
Bivol is a,
right? But bro, okay, this guy that means
yeah,
nothing. That's
yeah, yeah,
cool.
yeah,
We're not
yeah,
disagreeing
yeah,
with you.
yeah. Well,
But
yeah.
before they fought, no one knew Bivol. So you stop saying that. Like Bivol was not a big name until he beat Canelo. It's just it is what it is. That's the
Yeah.
facts.
I mean, that's just that's how it's gonna be, bro. In most sports, bro. In
Yeah,
most
it's the
sports,
passing of the
really,
torch.
especially in a fighting, bro. Like you're not because you don't have teammates like that. Like it's an individual sport, so you're not gonna. I mean, you're gonna get big if you fight a guy.
Bro, look
Maybe
at
that's
Isaac
how you'll
Cruz.
get big off someone's name.
Look at Isaac Cruz.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Isaac Cruz. No one knew who Isaac Cruz was until he fought Tank. No
Mhm.
one knew him. Picture this. Um, Tyson Fury was only big in the UK until he came to
Mhm.
the States and fought Deontay Wilder. Those three fights made him one of the biggest boxers in the world. Right? No, he was not famous in the United States. He wasn't famous globally. He's only big in the UK until he fought in America. He
I
says, "I
remember
remember
Bivol and
Bivol."
them being by HBO before they went out of boxing. I'm not a casual. Oh yeah, but that's the reason. Yet you know who Bivol is because you're
You
not a casual.
facts.
That's
Like
what I'm saying.
and no matter what you say, he was not on the pound for pound list when they fought. That is 100% false. 100% false. He was not on the pound for pound list when they fought. He got on the pound for pound list because he beat Canelo. Bro, oh my god, bro.
Hold on,
That's
now,
cool.
hold on.
That's
I'm
cool that
watching
you knew
something.
him. That's cool that you knew him. Okay, I know a lot of boxers that
Nah, that's
watch
not a.
when they're coming up from the amateurs, whatever, and they're just starting out, and you watch them and they become crazy boxers. That's cool. All good. That's fine. That's cool. But no matter what you say, he was not a pound for pound. He was not on the pound for pound list. Sorry, you're remembering wrong. If you really think that he was not on the pound for pound list when he fought Canelo, that's false. Anyways, um,
Let's talk about
yeah,
MMA.
we got about 8 minutes left. Cat,
You're
now my
talking about
question,
boxing for a while.
yeah, well, my question to you is, oh my god, all right. He said, all right, hold on. This is the
All
last.
right, don't worry about it, bro. Just talk about
He
MMA.
said, wait, hold on. He said Bill was always an elite fighter and challenged himself and brought and he lost. Cool. And when he got the opportunity against a small Canelo in his fourth fight, it solidified him. I'm not sure who he's
Man, y'all
talking
was
about.
easy work. All right, man. Have a good night, though, brother.
Yeah. You definitely delusional.
I am.
My question, my
I
question
mean,
to you, Micah, is
I mean, he's just being fun, bro. I
yeah,
mean, I fuck with it. I like it. I like it.
yeah.
I like it.
Hey,
I like it. I
we
like
need
it.
dudes like that.
I like it.
We
Yes,
need dudes
actually,
like.
yes. Come
Please
back.
subscribe. Yes, please,
Come back
please.
next week.
Facts,
I
facts,
mean, we might be live Sunday around the same
facts,
time, so come back, please.
facts. We want to have fun with you. Um,
Yes.
but seriously, Micah, my question to you, I'm gonna leave you with this: Can
Good night, y'all.
John Jones, um, can John Jones be considered the GOAT?
No. I mean, not with the four failed drug tests. You know, that's
So he
that. If without that, yes, bro. But with that, I can't. It's just very difficult, bro, because he's had close fights. You know,
Mm,
everybody says that he's the greatest because he's never lost,
right.
but he's had close fights, and but he was on PEDs for those. You know, so yeah, bro, it's very difficult for me to put him on my GOAT list. It's hard. I mean, and we talked about this a little bit, bro. If it was like one failed drug test,
Mhm.
it'd be different, because Makachev failed the drug test back in 2016, but that was for something that they had just added to the banned substance list that year. You saw that just added that to the banned substance list.
Mhm.
So, he didn't really have time to like prepare and whatnot. Something like that I can understand. One failed drug test, maybe even two, maybe. But like four is ridiculous, man. Four failed drug tests is just like you're definitely doing something shady.
Yeah.
And even in one drug test, he failed. He tested positive for estrogen bombs. So which is what you take to hide this stuff. So it's like it's very difficult for me to put him as um even put him on my goat list. I don't know. I don't really know where to put him. Obviously, he's very skilled, but I don't know where to put him
Yeah, because I
at
see a
that
lot of
at this point.
people. You know the video of Daniel Cormier where he gets mad at Kamaru for saying that that John Jones is Michael Jordan of MMA, and he gets mad, right?
Yeah.
And I
I mean,
say,
it's disrespectful,
right,
but
it
it's
is.
disrespectful if you look at it from DC's standpoint.
Well,
If you look at it from a legacy standpoint, but look at it like this guy, regardless of whether or not they overturned the decision, which they did, they overturned it to a no contest. I meant to turn my quality down. I'm skipping a little bit, but regardless of that, it's like this man. This man, like imagine you being DC, you're a competitor, right? You've been wrestling since you were 10 years old. You're a competitor, and on the world stage, you have an opportunity to make history. And a guy beats you, okay, whatever, he beat you, but then come to figure out he cheated, and he's cheated how many times? He's
yes,
popped how many times? And Dana
right,
White likes to talk about, oh, like he took he was taking time off. It's like, bro, those were USADA suspensions. Those weren't him just taking time off. So
right.
it's like those weren't him just like taking a little. Oh, I'm gonna take time out with my family.
Hmm.
You know, um,
Scumbag shit. Really.
yeah, bro. But I mean, we could get into his family, but imagine you're DC, bro. Imagine you're DC, and that
Right.
happened to you, and then also you see how the UFC treats this guy, how the UFC parades this guy, and then how the UFC also forces you to act like you like him.
Hmm.
It's just like, bro, like
Yeah.
it's difficult for
It's
me to put him on my for me to put him on my
But you make
goat
a
list,
great, but
bro.
you make a great point though. I mean, from I'm gonna get hold that thought. He says there are so many good fighters out there. It's hard to have a pound for pound list unless somebody fights
Yeah,
each
I
other.
mean, bro, the rankings. I agree with that because the
Yeah,
rankings are
I
kind of
100%
useless,
agree.
bro. The rankings are really only useful so that we know who should fight who next.
Right,
That's really all the
right.
rankings are useful
But the
for.
pound for
They're
pound
not.
list
They're
is meant to transcend weight class. It's who has the best style. Who do you think would if you got all these guys were the same weight, who would win? That's the pound for pound list, right? Because everyone
yeah. It's
because
about styles. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, historically, heavyweight
Really,
got
that's the
so much
only.
shine.
Yeah, that's the only list that really matters that much, to be honest.
Yeah, other
Is the
than
is
it's
the pound is the pound for pound list because that's
right.
who stylistically out of everybody is the best fighter. Okay.
Exactly, exactly. Then and it's in the name, pound for pound. If you know what I'm saying. So,
Yeah.
the history of it was the heavyweights were getting so much attention. You know, obviously, and they still do. But the smaller guys wasn't getting no attention, so they made the pound for pound list. Hey, if these guys were in heavyweight, who would win? You know what I'm saying? Or like, who, would they be able to hang it?
hmm
Anyways, but you make a great point about John Jones and Daniel Cormier. I mean, as a competitor, you are at a world stage and this guy beats you because he is taking PDs. That is against the rules. I don't care what he took, just like with the Devin Haney situation, he cheated. And as a competitor, there's no way you can swallow that. I don't, I would be, if I put myself in Devin's or Daniel Cormier's shoes, bro, I'm not sleeping that night. I'm tossing and turning. I'm going to, it's hard. These guys have to live with that. You know what I'm saying? And then Daniel has to live with the UFC praising this dude. He clearly cheated
Yeah, many
4
times.
times, right?
I mean, that's
And
just when we caught him,
right.
or that's
So
just when they
that's
caught
just
him.
right. So who knows? He could have been on gear every fight before then. So we don't,
Yeah.
and it's like I really, you make a great point, and I didn't really even think about that perspective because, but what I was going to say was that like dudes are calling saying that Daniel's hating, but it's a fact though. Like he actually cheated, so how can we reward a cheater by saying he's the greatest of all time when he clearly cheated? We're robbed of the idea or of the reality of what would happen if he didn't cheat. We're robbed. He's had close fights. What happens if he didn't get or if he wasn't
Yeah,
on
I
gear?
mean, I think Dominic Reyes actually beat him. To be honest,
I gotta watch that. I gotta
I
watch
mean,
that and the Gustafsson fight.
yeah, I actually just watched that. I just rewatched that fight recently. Dominic Reyes and John Jones.
You,
But
you think
yeah,
he
it was a
won?
good fight. I mean, the
Think he
thing
won?
is, and the thing is, I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying. And you think Dominic Reyes won?
Yeah. I think Dominic Reyes won. I mean, the thing is, man, about John Jones is very good at using his attributes and his attributes because he is so athletically gifted or excuse me, athletically talented and genetically gifted. Like he has that ultra long reach. He's just kind of like genetically superior to everyone. You know, like I mean, you look at everyone at his size. I mean, if you look at his reach, if you look at just the way his body is, but like his legs,
Huh?
like people who actually have skinny calves. I didn't know this before, but it's actually the like tendon is actually longer, so it's better for running and stuff like that for explosive movements.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
You have skinnier calves?
Yeah, I did not know that.
Interesting.
I found out. I
Deontay
learned
Wilder's
that
got
the other
some.
day.
Deontay Wilder's got some really skinny legs, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
So like maybe that's that attributes to that. You
Yeah,
know.
but I mean, he's really good. He uses his length. He's really good at keeping you on the outside. But if you're able to get on the inside, like he does not have good boxing. So that is a hole in John Jones' game. Daniel Cormier was doing it to him. He was pressuring him, and John Jones was, really um doing the correct thing when he was using the body kicks, he was using the oblique kicks to keep Daniel at length. But Daniel was really tagging him up, and he had to adjust, using his reach. And same thing with Dominic Reyes. Dominic Reyes was like just a boxing his head off. Like Dominic Reyes was really,
Oh shoot.
really outboxing him, and it was yeah. So I mean, hey man, it is what it is. Uh I think that we just have to wait and see, bro. I mean, I think that we have to wait and see. I mean, and the Aspinall situation also, I mean, also doesn't help.
Hmm.
The Aspinall situation doesn't help. And I want to be clear, I don't think he's afraid to fight Aspinall. I just think that he's being extremely selfish and holding up the division, you
Right.
know. But it
Yeah.
is it is what it is.
Yeah. Because at first everyone was like, "Yo, why is Stipe getting the fight?" I'm like, bro, they were planned to fight. Let them fight. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I don't
But
think they
nobody
were
wants to
anything
see
wrong.
that.
But
Nobody wanted to see that.
well,
Bro, you know what I saw the other day that pissed me off? So it was the best knockouts of 2024. And guess what was on there?
who?
John Jones finishing Stipe with a kick, with a spin. John Jones finishing a 42-year-old Stipe Miocic with a spinning back kick to the ribs. That goes on knockout of the year. Bro, like, can they glaze this man any crazier, dog?
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah, but that's,
Yeah.
I mean,
Nah,
people act like, it's hate or whatever, or, I see people like they'll talk about online or they'll get in the comments and talk about, oh, well, these John Jones haters, this, that. And that's just like, bro, it's just, it's not even hate. Honestly, it didn't start as hate. Maybe now, could come off as hate, but it really just started off as just like, this man did whatever to his wife, his kids had to call the police on him, and he cheated. He got caught cheating 4 times. Somehow he's still allowed to fight. So it's like that, bro. I just say
Yeah,
I don't want to see this guy
crazy.
who has broken every single rule, who's been a scumbag in the sport and outside of the sport. I don't want to see him get rewarded anymore, bro. I'm
Right.
sick and tired of that.
No, you
Sick
make
and
a
tired of
great,
it.
great point. I 150% agree with you. I think that I don't like this separate the box, separate the guy from the. I don't like that because if a guy's shitty in one place, he's gonna be shitty in somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Look
Yeah,
at Ryan Garcia. This dude went on Twitter, said he hates N words, he hates Jewish people, he hates all sorts of different groups, and people, black people, are still messing with him. Still messing with
yeah,
him, saying he's, oh, they're happy that he cheated Devin. What? It blows my mind that that people are allowing this behavior, right? And it just it's showing a people no longer, man. I don't know what it is. I mean, I don't know what it is because how can people just bypass all this stuff? You know what I'm saying? Like you made a good
yeah,
point. This guy cheated 4 times. How is this guy even allowed to fight still?
yeah. I mean, bro.
Like
Ah, my goodness, I
shit.
can't.
You know what I'm saying?
His name is like leaving me right now. But oh my goodness, how can I not remember his name? But he got a 4-year suspension and he's 38. So obviously, he's done.
Done.
But I'm just like, man, a 4-year suspension, and I think John Jones got like 2-year suspensions. Like a bunch of 2-year suspensions.
Man,
Hold on, let me look it up.
the dollar is king
How long?
because they know he's the cash cow of the UFC. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the reasoning behind it. But it's like, I mean, listen, this and anyone that's been inside the actual ring would have a better understanding of it. But you can't
Hmm.
play with this stuff. This stuff is not anything to just
Yeah, yeah,
these
man.
guys. This is PEDs. You already have a sport that people can die from, and now you're introducing unfair advantages using chemicals. This should have real
Wow, bro.
repercussions.
Holy cow, dude. So, former UFC light heavyweight champion John Jones was suspended for 15 months. So, a year and a half,
Wow.
and a year and 3 months
Wow. Wow.
following his fight with Daniel Cormier. Bro, some people just take that time off just to
Right.
take that time off.
Just not fighting.
Like that's nothing.
That's not that. That's like Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia got like 8 months technically. I mean, he got a
Hmm.
year, but he got time served because by the time he got the sentencing, 4 or 5 months had already passed. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Hmm.
really only like 8 or 9 months that that had been banned for. And
Dang, and that was, want to know what's crazy too, bro? That was before that was before the Gustafson fight. That was before I did the first or second Gustafson fight.
bro, it's crazy, bro.
Alexander Gustafson.
It's crazy, bro. The Haney fight
It might have been in between.
happened 8 months ago. It's gonna be a year and 4 months. April. Damn.
Wow. So and then Ryan can fight again.
Ryan can fight
Don't these
again.
boxers take that time off anyway? Like, don't they fight once a year anyway?
Yes. So it was essentially just political. It was essentially, okay, guys, we're doing something about it. Stop. You know what I'm
Oh, no
saying?
contest. Yeah, bro. In my opinion, your your first offense should be 5 years. In my opinion, no, not five, 4. I like what they did with what's his name. 4 years, in my opinion. That should
Yeah.
be
And then if you cheat again,
mandatory.
you're banned.
Yeah, banned. That's what I was gonna say. And then your second offense is gone.
Yeah.
You're
You can't
done.
fight. You can't get any license. You can't fight anywhere. You can't fight in it for
Yeah,
any
yeah,
sanctioned body.
yeah. I mean, bro, that's like.
That would deter
I mean
people.
that. Yeah,
That
I
would
mean
definitely deter people.
it's just like you're in a never ending probationary period essentially
Yeah.
after you do that.
Right.
Like if you mess up again, you're done, bro.
You're
Like
done. And that would deter a lot of people because okay, first time if you get caught when you're a younger fighter, okay, you might still have a career. But say you get caught at like 32,
Hmm.
or sorry, yeah, 32, and you get caught for the first time, and you got 4 years. That's 4 years of your prime time career gone. So people would definitely not cheat like that if that was the case. And I think it should be standard with all like MMA, boxing. Like I think it should be standard. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? But
yeah.
it's unfortunate, man. We see, and honestly, I didn't really even see it in your perspective. The way you're putting it, I was like, damn, that's a really good. I didn't really thought about it that way. Like these guys are treating this guy so good and rewarding him for literally cheating 4 times, and that's crazy. I didn't realize. I didn't. I mean,
I
obviously I knew
mean,
it, but I didn't put it. It wasn't put in perspective for me.
it's the dollar bill, bro. It's the dollar bill that kills.
Yep.
You know, it's crazy. Did you hear about? Oh no, you probably didn't hear about this. About you know that Nina Drama girl, right?
Nina, who?
Nina Drama, the girl, that chick who's like she's friends with Sean Strickland.
The
She
girl
like
that
interviews
always.
the fighters.
Yeah. She used to be a viner back in the day. You remember
Really?
her? Yeah. She
That's
was.
like, oh, I do remember
Yeah,
her.
that's how she got started, man. Yeah. We used to watch her. We used to watch her.
Oh my God, bro! I
She had a
knew
couple
she was like
viral. She had a
familiar,
couple
bro. That's
viral.
crazy.
Mhm. But what
That's
happened about her?
crazy. Nah, she just had this beef, basically this drama with Guru, MMA Guru. I don't know if you've watched them before. Yeah,
I saw
MMA
something
Guru.
about that.
Bro, it's wild. He low key kind of exposed it.
What do you say?
I mean, so basically the way it all started was he made a fat joke, basically,
Mhm,
about some chick. And
mhm.
then she got on Twitter. No, he never mentioned her. He got on Twitter, or she got on Twitter, started defending her, what a lady, whatnot, and calling him, like a horrible person. But meanwhile, Nina Drama is like really good friends with Sean Strickland.
And Sean
It's
Strickland says all sorts of crazy stuff. Is that the
Yeah,
yeah?
and she also made a tweet not that long ago praising John Jones,
Mm.
just like praising him just for giving her like an opportunity, basically, like with her channel. And so yeah, so basically Guru, he's just pointing out like the hypocrisy behind
Right,
that, which
you're
is just like
supporting these people.
is a wild. It's kind of crazy. And he also accused her of like she's using like her body to sell her, to sell herself, to sell her image.
Mhm.
And she like
Which is
didn't
true.
deny it.
Yeah,
She like couldn't deny it. She's like, she literally, I think her words were like, I have assets and I will not deny that I use them, or something like that.
yeah, yeah,
But like, yeah, bro, I just thought it's wild, dude.
yeah,
I just
man.
thought it's wild. But I think that people like him, obviously you've watched the Weasel before because I've sent you videos of him. But yeah, man, I think that those like independent creators in the space, like in like the MMA, like combat sports, like yeah, I mean, that's specifically the Weasel MMA guru. That's specifically MMA. But
Mhm.
like they're like really just they're important voices to have, bro. I'm glad they exist because
Yeah,
you
that's
need those voices that are like
reality.
disconnected from the
Right.
UFC,
That's where we're trying to get,
you
man.
know?
That's where we're trying to get. That's where we're trying to get, man.
Just good
Um,
independence.
yeah, that's what we want to get. We want to get on that level, man. Um,
Yes,
but
sir.
we're gonna wrap it up though.
Rap, yes, sir.
Appreciate everyone that tuned in. Like and subscribe again. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe. We will be back next week at some point, most likely Sunday. So expect us then. And hey, go check out the other videos. You guys already know what it is. The Boxing Corner. Peace.
Ow.